Scull, wearing white with gold, officially weighing in at 159 and 1/2 pounds. His professional record.
Huge crowd in attendance, many of them on their feet in anticipation for this much anticipated fight. According to Showstat,
Canelo has made it clear he's coming for the win against Scull. But Scull isn't easy work, and he's made that just as clear.
With this Cuban style of boxing, what kind of fight are you expecting to this man, William Scull?
Oh, I expect the same. At the beginning, it's going to be a little bit difficult, but you know, I'm different Canelo now, and he's going to feel it Saturday.
Since the fight was announced, Canelo has looked laser-focused. He's made one thing known. He's not just coming to win, he's coming to punish William Scull. He didn't travel halfway across the world just to scrape by with a decision. This isn't just another title defense. It's his first fight outside North America, and it marks the beginning of a new 4-fight deal with a Saudi Arabian promotional powerhouse.
And please pray for Canelo. He's about to fight William Scull in Saudi. Pray for Canelo, bro. Pray for Canelo, bro.
Bro, but don't you get it? Canelo will never lose because Turkey needs him to win.
Yeah, he's not gonna lose.
There's no way Turkey. There's no way Turkey gets his Crawford fight if Canelo loses. So that's not happening.
It's a deeper.
In his latest verbal jab, Canelo didn't bother with diplomacy. When Scull joked about eating well on Saturday, Canelo fired back instantly. The only thing on your plate will be my right hand. That cold, confident energy is classic Canelo, but it never loses its edge. Every time he speaks, it's a reminder. Trash talk doesn't win fights, the ring does. And that's where, he says, the truth always comes out.
Canelo, can I get your remarks on Skull's comments that he said he's going to eat you in the ring on Saturday night?
I have my kids here. If no, I can say what he's going to eat on Saturday. But he's going to eat punches. That's what he's going to eat. In that way, he's going to eat.
Canelo has been under the spotlight since his teenage years. He's faced legends, Floyd Mayweather, Gennady Golovkin, Sergey Kovalevsky, and Caleb Plant. He's fought across weight divisions, constantly challenging himself, always with one goal: to be remembered as one of the all-time greats. Now, he's chasing another milestone, undisputed status once again. And this fight against Scull is a crucial step on that path. But while Canelo's journey is lined with world titles and elite names, William Scull enters the ring unbeaten and hungry.
You're nothing away from Scull. I see what could be a very handy, if not easy, win for Canelo.
Yeah, matches up to the minus 6,600 line according to Las Vegas.
Is that all it is? Minus 66?
Yeah, that's...
Wow.
The Cuban fighter boasts a flawless 23-0 record with 9 knockouts. He's coming off a statement win over Vladimir Siskin, a victory that earned him the IBF title, the same belt Canelo once held before vacating it in pursuit of bigger challenges. That detail alone adds fuel to this fire. Scull isn't just defending his title, he's fighting the man who walked away from it like it meant nothing. For a fighter like Scull, who's had to claw for every opportunity, that's personal. That's motivation.
About to be a 2-time undisputed fighter, so that's all about.
You mentioned the Cuban style up there. What other challenges does Scull present to you, though?
Oh, he's a very skillful fighter. He's have a lot of talent, and but you know, I've been in the with all kind of the styles, so I can adapt myself to any.
Scull doesn't fit the mold of a flashy underdog. He's calm, almost ice cold, when he speaks. He talks about tactics, not emotions. He's not here for trash talk or theatrics. I fled Cuba, crossed borders, and now I'm here to win, he said, summing up his journey in one powerful sentence. He understands exactly what this moment means. He's not here to survive. He's here to shock the world. The media might focus on Canelo. The crowd might roar for the Mexican superstar. But Scull has nothing to lose, and that makes him the most dangerous kind of opponent.
Alvarez, Canelo, you've been a part of 66 professional fights. Does number 67 this week feel a little bit different?
Feels the same for me. I love boxing, I enjoy boxing, and for me it's the same. I'm very excited to be here in Riyadh. That's the only change. It's one of my dreams, fighting in another country. Now I'm about to do it. I'm excited. It's the same for me. It's the same, excited, motivated.
Still, not everyone is sold on Scull's chances. Nigel Benn recently shared a tough story about Scull's past sparring session with his son, Conor Benn. According to Nigel, Scull was already winded by the 4th round, asking for breaks by the 5th, and didn't even come out for the 8th. That kind of sparring session, if it really happened like that, is a major red flag, Nigel said. He was sitting on the ropes looking exhausted. Conor put pressure on him, and he couldn't answer the bell for round 8. It's a brutal account, and not the kind of talk you want floating around when you're about to face one of the biggest names in boxing.
You know, Nigel's a religious man, so he's not really going to want to lie. But it's very hard to believe. Look at the size difference between Conor Benn and William Scull. Scull's absolutely huge compared to him. Second of all, Scull's probably in the hardest training camp of his life. He's training to fight Canelo. I doubt he's getting stopped by Conor Benn, who's way smaller than him. It's hard to...
But sparring is sparring, and that's what Scull supporters are quick to point out. Everyone has rough days in the gym. What counts is how you perform under the lights, on fight night, when the world is watching. And Scull isn't without serious believers. Rising star David Morrell, undefeated and respected in his own right, is one of them. He's studied Scull's amateur fights and watched his technique, and is not buying the underdog narrative. Scull is strong, disciplined, and totally focused, said Morrell. People are underestimating him. If the judges do their job and call it straight, I believe Scull could pull off one of the biggest upsets of the year.
In the fact that round, I think 5, he was up, no, because Conor only has 40 seconds rest. And then what he was doing in between the middle of the rounds, he was sitting on the rope because he was tired. Then it came to round 5, 6, 7, started feeling the pace. This is William Scull, IBF champion.
Superstar.
And then
David Morrell's words carry real weight, not just because he's a fan of the sport, but because he's a fighter himself, preparing for his own war against David Benavidez, another name constantly linked to Canelo. When a fighter like Morrell tells you to keep your eyes on Scull, it matters. Fighters see things casual fans often miss: small habits, subtle movements, hidden strengths. And Morrell is convinced Scull is a live threat in this fight.
Something's telling me that Canelo will stop William Scull. I think yes, Scull obviously beats Shishkin to win the vacant title last October, but I mean, I don't think he's great. The rest of his record is fairly padded, in my opinion. Yes, Canelo probably is past his best. We'll come to that next, but I still think he's got enough to maybe even stop Scull. So I'll go with Canelo. It'll be at second half of the fight stoppage for me. Around 8, 9, 10 is probably...
Adding even more intrigue to fight week is the looming presence of Terence Crawford. Canelo versus Scull isn't just a standalone fight. It's the doorway to something much bigger. If Canelo wins, it sets the stage for a blockbuster showdown with Crawford in September. That's the fight the world wants. A potential clash to crown the true undisputed king at super middleweight. Crawford, already undisputed at welterweight, would be moving up to challenge the bigger, more powerful Canelo. The matchup is already being teased by Turkic Alalshik, the powerhouse behind Saudi Arabia's latest boxing boom.
That Canelo's getting ready to fight Terence Crawford around September. But he has William Scull in front of him, a guy who's hungry and has a really huge opportunity. Canelo Alvarez, kind of in a small decline. Not saying that he is. I love Canelo, my favorite boxer ever. But Canelo in these recent fights have made the fights a lot closer than they should be against his opponents. I'm expecting Canelo to get the win. I don't know if he's going to get a knockout or a decision, but I think the fight's going to be a lot closer than people...
But what if Canelo doesn't get past Scull? That's where the stakes rise even higher. There's a whole blueprint in place. Belts, legacy, and hundreds of millions in the balance. And standing in the middle of it all is William Scull. He knows the truth. He wasn't the first pick. Canelo could have faced Edgar Berlingo instead. But now that he's here, Scull isn't playing backup. He's looking to steal the spotlight and rip up the script.
Feel slighted?
I could have had the Scull fight. Nobody knew that. I had Scull on my DM. Me and him was talking. He was telling me send the contract. He made a video, send me the contract. I was gonna beat him. Like, Scull was easy work. Now Canelo gotta come, cause he want that undisputed. And look, now he's fighting Scull and May. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? It's about this, bro. And if
Even Amir Khan, who's shared the ring with both Canelo and Crawford, has weighed in. In a recent interview, Khan focused more on Crawford, praising his intelligence, speed, and sneaky power. You need everything in this game: IQ, movement, power, and speed. Crawford has it all, Khan said, adding that people don't give Crawford enough credit for how hard he hits. Khan's comments are aimed at the future, but they emphasize something crucial. Canelo's power is feared, but Crawford's mind could be his deadliest weapon. All the hype, predictions, and speculation, it's what makes this moment feel electric. On one side, Canelo, the seasoned superstar, battle-tested and lethal. On the other, Scull, the quiet storm, fueled by Cuban grit, undefeated and unafraid. One man is fighting to protect his legacy. The other is here to build one. And the ring? The ring doesn't care about expectations, gossip, or grand plans. It only tells the truth.
Me, I can adapt myself to any style, and this is not going to be the exception. But, you know, it's a champion, and I want to be undisputed again, and I think it's a good match for me.
Once the bell rings in Riyadh, it all comes down to two men and a battle of wills. Canelo says it'll be different for Scull, and he probably means it. But Scull? He says he's calm, ready, and strategic. He's been through too much to break now. The world is already writing Canelo's next chapter. But some are starting to wonder, can Scull flip the script? What do you? Is Canelo really untouchable? Or are we about to witness the fall of a king?